In this video, I will tell you exactly when you should practice drawing if you want to level up and why. This is one of the simplest and most effective learning tricks out there. I used it unconsciously at first, and it took me many years to realize it, unfortunately, but this video is what I wish I had been told since the beginning, I guess. This trick is not a magical formula for overnight success or anything like that. Drawing is a skill, and like every other skill, it has nothing to do with talent and everything to do with effort. So you do need to practice a skill in order to learn it. But there are these so-called tricks that make your practice more effective. And for me personally, there is one trick in particular that had a huge positive impact on my self-taught artistic journey. The best part is that I use this exact same trick to learn other things throughout my life too. A couple of years ago, I used this trick to learn coding, and it worked so well that I learned web development at a professional level, and that's what I do for a living now. So yes, it has really worked well for me, but I've also met other people that use the very same trick, or a version of it, and they all swear by it. So I feel pretty confident that this should be valuable information if you're trying to level up your drawing skills, or for any other skill that you're working on for that matter.
Amore, how can you talk and draw at the same time?
Yeah, I can do it very well. Yeah.
Why don't you just do a voiceover whilst you're drawing?
Yeah, if I do a voiceover, I can also speed up the drawing and into a time lapse. Yeah, you wanna do that? Alright, cool. Well, see you in the voiceover, and yeah, let's do it. I'm a bit nervous. Let's go. This page is dedicated to karate because I was actually taught this trick I'm about to tell you by my karate teacher when I was a kid. Sensei Sergio was his name. I didn't really realize how valuable this advice was, but I remember very well that he used to tell us this at the end of every single class. He used to say, tomorrow, as soon as you wake up, I want you to practice the kata we did today. If you don't know what a kata is, don't worry, it's something quite specific to karate. Kata means literally forms in Japanese, and it's basically a sequence of movements that you need to learn and perform solo. It's supposed to build muscle memory for complex fighting techniques and complex combinations. There's a lot of kata for all kinds of levels, from beginner to master. But the point is that he never said how many times or for how long we should practice the kata. He was only concerned with when we practiced it. It had to be as soon as we woke up. Of course, at the time, I didn't think much of it. Honestly, I just thought it was some kind of old Japanese tradition that my sensei had a fixation on for some reason. But still, I did it, and I did learn all my kata, and I became quite good at it as a kid. But I didn't really see why it would make any difference to practice first thing in the morning versus practicing at any other time later in the day. But still, I did it and it worked. Eventually, I stopped karate. And I stopped practicing kata first thing in the morning, and that's it for a while. Until a few years later that I caught up with the Sensei Sergio for a coffee, I think, and I took the opportunity to ask him about it. I remember what I said. I remember I asked him, why is it that you learn better if you practice as soon as you wake up? And he looked at me with a bit of a smile and said, no, you don't. And I was like, so I could have learned just as well if I had done all that practice at any other time of the day. And he looked at me again with that little smirk on his face and said, yes, you could have. So why did you make it such a big deal to practice at the start of each day? Aha, that's what you need to understand, he said. It's all about practicing consistently. Being consistent with your practice is what truly matters to learn a skill. But life is unpredictable. No matter how hard you try, you cannot predict what the day will bring. The only consistent part of your day is before you let it start. So there you have it. This is the trick to bring consistency in your practice. But once you have built a consistent practice, you need to learn how to actually practice correctly. So you should watch this video next, where I've drawn every day for 30 days only to learn that practice doesn't always make perfect unless you